2012 in Lucerne. 5:19.35 is the time to beat. Here is our lineup: New Zealand, Netherlands, Great Britain, Germany, Russia and Italy. A lot of people very eager to see how this race develops. Over in lane 1 there's New Zealand. This is the Under-23 World Championship crew from 2014. Recently they got a bronze medal at the Lucerne World Cup, so incredible to see those young men performing at such an elite standard. Netherlands are in lane 2. They made the A-final European Championships, just missed out on a medal at the Lucerne World Cup. Here are Great Britain in lane 3. World champions from last year, world champions from the 2013 Championships in Korea. Olympic champions Germany in lane 4. They've done well through this year. They're also European champions. Over in lane 5 are Russia. They made the A-final at the Amsterdam World Championships, bronze medalists at the European Championships this year. And then completing the field, Italy over in lane 6. There's been a lot of change in this boat through 2015. Here we are underway with the blue ribbon event, the last 8th final of the day, the men's 8th final of the 2015 World Rowing Championship. We ride there with Germany, now with Great Britain. Really click and clean start by both of those boats. Martin, what do you make of this?
Well, I
final?
did think the tailwind was going to produce perhaps an advantage for the Germans. I haven't really got all their power in the boat. Andreas Kuffner with a back injury, but it's the green bow out in front of Germany. What that will cost them at the last part of the race. These men from Britain, tremendously powerful. Sarah, what's going on?
What a start from New Zealand, 43 strokes a minute, and their bow is right up there with the British, with the Germans. These young Kiwi men, how impressive they've been. 2 Under-23 World Championships. Most of the team rowing on this course in that boat were in those crews, of course coached by Ian Wright. We saw him already take a World Championship title as coach of the Swiss Lightweight Men's 4 this morning.
And we should say there are 2 races going on here as the bowman from Germany, Max Munski, looks around to see, yes, you are in front, Max, but let's see if that position retains, because Britain have got a fantastic second 250 in the 500. They will go through in front. And of course 2 races here, Peter. 1 race for the gold medal, and then the second race as we go down the German boat to finish in the top 5 for Olympic qualification.
That's absolutely the key. Race for the medals and then don't be last, because if you are last, you're not qualifying your boat here today for the Olympics in 2016. You'll have to go to the final qualification regatta next year. But look at how this race is developing. GB and Germany neck and neck for the lead.
GB sitting just down on the Germans at this stage. The Germans are up by about half a canvas, and we can see the New Zealanders over in lane 1. Wouldn't that be incredible if this Noel Donaldson coach crew, coach of the Kiwi men's pair, could get up for a medal on the podium, the same as their women's 8?
Do you know the profile of the Kiwis through this regatta as we look at the drone shot? On the right of your picture, the Kiwis. On the left, the Italians. They're in 6th place. They'll lose out in the Olympic qualification, but the Kiwis have progressed amazingly through this regatta. I've seen them paddling after they qualified for the final. They look so impressive, and I think a medal is on for them. The Dutch have got an amazing sprint. It's been a great regatta for Holland. It's been a great year of rowing for Holland with the junior medals. There's the Dutch. They are to the right of the Kiwis, and the sprint will come from them. But at the moment, it's the British who are taking this race by the scruff of the neck.
They really are, building out a quarter of a length up on Germany now. Martin Sauer in the cock seat of the German 8. He won't like that much. He likes to lead from the front and stay there. But Great Britain are building this lead ever so slightly with each stroke as we come up to the 1,000.
To me, that's race done and dusted. If the British are leading by that much at 1,000 metres, I'm not sure Germany will have the sprint to come through with the power of the British. We'll see the Italians try and get back on the Dutch for that Olympic qualification slot, Sarah.
And we see the Russians there, they're on screen. The women's 8 was qualified for the A final and the men's 8. Mike Spracklin heading up that program. What a great job he's done with those men.
Look at this, New Zealand on terms with Germany. 1,200 metres into this race. I did not see that coming. Such a young crew, only just out of under-23, to be alongside Olympic champions Germany as we come into the third 500. Great Britain still strong out in front, but this is incredible.
Alex Gregory, probably the best rower. Mo Sabihi from Molesey going down the boat. Paul Bennett from University of London. Pete Reed, the double Olympic champion. Stan Laludis out with a back injury, back in the boat now, and Matt Gottrell, the cool, laid-back bowman, looking great, and that's a handy quarter of a length, third of a length lead to have over New Zealand. I'm not sure the other crews will have the sprint to beat the British, but the bow, the number 5 from Russia, coming back into it.
and the Germans sitting just one seat up on the Kiwis. Unbelievable determination and composure from the young Kiwis. My apologies, it is New Zealand now in front. They are 2 seats up on the Germans. The young Kiwi men are now climbing up on the British men's 8. They're in front of the Olympic champions.
Who'd have thought that this would be coming, that the New Zealand 8 would be ahead of Germany and contending for the gold medal in this. We're coming up to 1500 now. GB still out in front, but under serious pressure from New Zealand rather than Germany.
Germans won't give up. They will have a sprint. You can see the pain on Max Munski. He's laid it down already, the man in the bow seat of the German 8 from the Lübecker Ruder Club. But Britain begin to stretch out. They're taking distance out of the New Zealanders. It's Germany, New Zealand for the bronze and silver medals. Italy look to be back in that qualifying position, but we saw the sprint from the Italian 4. Have the Italian men's 8 got what it takes?
This is absolutely incredible stuff. We've got 300 metres to go. GB starting to really build it up now, up to 38 strokes a minute. I think they're looking pretty solid out in front. Germany are really going for it now. They're getting back into contention. They're drawing level with New Zealand as they come into the closing stages. And in fact, pulling in front of New Zealand. What's going on in that New Zealand 8?
So we saw a fantastic sprint in Lucerne, didn't we, where the Germans came back on the British. I did call it for the British, but if Germany win this, it will be a fantastic result for World Rowing. They are edging back. Is there enough distance to the line? I think Britain will have it, but it's going to be oh so close.
Great Britain have lifted their rating. They're up to 40 strokes a minute. They're reacting to this German charge. We've got 40 metres to go. Great Britain by a nose ahead of Germany. Getting back into this for bronze. It's New Zealand and Netherlands. What a tight one there. But in the leadership of this race, Great Britain only a foot ahead of Germany. Great Britain are going to do it for the 3rd time on the trot. They are world champions in the men's 8s ahead of Germany. What an incredible conclusion, and we need a photo finish for that bronze medal.
Boas Meiling, he knew that the Dutch had it there, crossed the line. The 2-man had his hand in the air. The British, well, it was a reprise of Lucerne, wasn't it? They went out, they were brave in the middle. The Germans came back. Alex Gregory, the 6th man, shakes his hand. Phelan Hill, well, he'll regard his seat safe from Henry Fieldman in the Olympics. The British Cox, he's now got 3 world titles. George Satch embraces... Will Satch embraces George Nash behind him. There's the Germans, the shot. The Russians are in front in blue. What a last race to bring down the curtain on the 2015 World Championships, Peter.
Only 1800ths of a second in it. These two crews have been battling all season, and every single time it's been a game of inches as to whether it's GB or Germany. Germany did it at the European Championships, beating Great Britain and taking that title this year. But Great Britain, Will Satch throwing his hand in the air with absolute delight at his victory here again. 3rd time for him, 1st time in career in 2013 where they beat Germany to the line, and they've done it again now. His dad just walking past us here in the grandstands with absolute delight, tear in his eye, seeing his son Will Satch win here in the GB 8 ahead of Germany. Look at them off the start though, just absolute composure. That is schoolboy 8. That is every schoolboy's dream of how to race an 8 off every single start in the world, and they always do it so convincingly, so well, and so powerfully in every situation that they're in. That is just such of their elite athletes' composure at this level.
Phelan Hill looks to his left. He's looking at the Germans in the sprint for the line. Gritted teeth from Konstantin Laludis in the 2 seat. Matt Gottrell behind him, total focus. Paul Bennett has a look out. They're coming up to the finishing line. He wants to know if they're ahead of the Germans. They've still got a few strokes left. But it was Britain in the end. Thumbs up from George Nash and Phelan Hill. 5:36.18 the winning time, as you said, Peter, ever so close between them and the Germans.
What a race though from New Zealand. I really didn't see that coming.